Good afternoon, everyone. It is very nice to meet you here. It's very happy for me to see so many new blogs in our newsroom. So today, I'm gonna give you a little meeting to talk about guidelines for staff engaged in social media and blogging. My name is Ziwen, and I am a editor-in-chief in Fair Daily. So first of all, welcome to Fair, believers. Um, The reason why we're going to talk about social media is actually because as a journalist, if you use it wisely, it could give you news, sources, reputations. But if you use it in a quite opposite way, it could destroy your whole career. And that is pretty true. So I know you might be a better social media person than I am, but I do have some more experience about how to be a journalist in social media. And I do hope I can give you some tips and guidelines that you can follow in the future when you're in there. So first of all, let's start with some general principles, which I believe you already know in your education, educations, or maybe I don't like guideline books in your last employers. But I have to point out that you need to be impartial, neutral, transparent, and you have to be professional. And you have to keep the reputation of fair because you know that your reputation is bounded with fair. And also as a citizen, I have to tell you that you need to obey the law and don't be scared to ask your editors stupid questions. So let's start to engage in social media. So an overlook is that please remember that FAIR will always encourage you to participate in social media, but with some cautions. Please follow the guidelines that I will give you in the future. And also, please bear in mind to respect the reputation of FAIR and also respect the reputation of yourself. All the ethics and all the basic laws and ethics will apply to you as a journalist in your social media activities. So let's have some specific things. The first is to start an account. When you start an account, we highly recommend you to use a separately professional account for your news gathering and professional community building activities. And also it will be good if you use separate your account as professional account as well and a personal account. And you have to identify yourself as a reporter in FAIR if your account is related to work even a little bit, because that's about professional and transparency. And also customize your privacy settings on social media to determine what you share and with whom. And there's some very interesting is that we actually accept our reporters to follow anyone they want, the politicians, the sources, the newsmakers. However, it could be tricky because your friend list shows your impartiality for some people. So if you follow some people in a specific group, probably you need to follow their oppositions because it could neutralize your friend list. Yes. And after setting your account, you can start to post as a journalist. Always bear in mind that all the posts represent yourself and FAIR. So anytime you're trying to post as a journalist, please think twice. And there are some basic journalist ethics that can apply in social media, which I'm going to mention now. The first one is please avoid publishing or retweeting personal opinions, promote political views, or endorse candidates. And also do not make aggressive or emotional comments. Be neutral and respectful. And also, please do not retweet or commenting rumors or some fake news, some news that hasn't been checked, because if you do that, you will lose trust of yourself and also failures. And despite of except for some basic ethics rules, we prefer you do not publish confidential sources, exclusive materials, and incremental reporting threads fairs too. This all about the relationship between you as an employee and your employer, which is fair. And we also require transparent and non-anonymous publishing, retweeting, and commenting in social media. I think it's about transparent and also you're professional. You can't say something privately in social media if you're a journalist and you want to keep your transparency. And also, please keep it in mind that internet is not private, as you say. And the last one I want to tell you is that if you feel any threat in social media, please inform your editor, supervisor, and the security department of FAIR immediately, and we will protect your physical and psychological safety. But you have to admit that we're gonna make some mistakes. So if you make some mistakes, it's not like unfixable. You can delete it or you can make corrections on social media. However, there's some tips that you need to know. The first one is please delete the post you published or retweeted if there's something wrong. But if it's actually what we shared, you need to connect with your editor before deleting. And also, when you're doing some corrections, there's 3 tips you need to understand. The first one is you have to admit you're wrong. And the second one is you have to say where you're wrong. And then you have to say what is the correction. So again, yeah, you can do it yourself if it's not widely shared, but it's actually, if it has a huge influence on social media, that because of your mistakes, please connect with your editors and do it under the permission of your editors. So we're gonna talk about some legal issues that you need to know. It's actually our Fair Daily is a global newspaper. So in different jurisdictions, they may have different laws related to the information in the social media. So please ask your editors or attorneys about information or the freedom of speech law in your original desk. And please remember that if information is posted while the journalist is carrying out official fair business, FAIR could also face a legal ramification. They will actually tell you that your responsibility is not only for yourself, but also for our FAIR Daily. So finally, please don't be scared. We have a lot of restrictions, but we still highly encourage you to do better job in your in social media, and be safe and go connect. Thank you, you guys. Can't wait to work with you.